Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
WARlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
This is our 18th chapter, playing the Dungeons & Dragons adventure, Out of the Abyss.
Before we jump into any questions, who wants to recap what their characters did at level 6, just to give everybody up? I feel like we don't. Feel like we may or may not have introduced all these characters and what their classes are and stuff at the beginning of this whole thing, so people could just be guessing or figuring it out as they go.
We'll just go back to the beginning episode.
Right, just start over. Yeah.
I'll go first.
Uh-huh.
This is Adam. I'm playing a paladin who just took his 6th level. Instead, he's taking a level 1 warlock. So I've split multi-classed into warlock from paladin. Oath of Conquest paladin named Dak Vandergar, who's a lawful evil character. He has a code that he will follow. He doesn't care if that code brings about evil deeds. Mm-hmm. So that's who I'm playing.
Human by race, yes?
Yes, human, which if I knew that the entire campaign was happening in the Underdark, I might not have picked human as my class. I might have picked something that can see in the dark.
Oh, come on, it makes it fun.
Yeah, it does. It does.
What about you, Mornhelm? Do a quick character intro and tell us what you got up to for level 6.
My name's Mornhelm and I'm a fighter. I spent all my life near the inland sea in a city called Chondahan.
Mm.
My father was a general. My mother was a trader with a D. And my father's took a troop and we traveled together and traded all over the mountains and all around the Chonda Sea. And one of our favorite places to go was this secret cavern where we traded with a most honorable borough warden by the name of Belwar, who was a gnome from Blingdenstone. We traded finished metal products plus ore. We did that for many, many years. One season, I didn't go with my parents because it was late in the season, and they got into a snow and were killed by frost giants. And the troop took me over. So as a 10, 11-year-old, I started training to be a soldier, a fighter, with my father's troops. And I started, when I became a captain, I started taking caravans to the same cave and traded with Belwar. And from that early age, all the time that I've been going before, I always trained with Belwar. He taught me many of the things, the magic, the fighting of the gnomes. Mm-hmm. And we were good friends. And one season he wasn't there, and they said that he was dead, but I was shocked and saddened. But when 3 seasons went by and we went back, he was there, and now he had a large adamantite pickaxe on his left hand and a large hammer, mining hammer on his right hand. And it turned out that his life had been saved by Drizzt, and he made his brother promise not to kill him. Mm-hmm. And then Drizzt had to go on. He was chasing somebody through the Underdark, and my Drizzt's brother, being, a dark elf and a Grek,
mm-hmm.
said he wouldn't cut him. He just cut off both his hands and burned them and sent him on his way. So he survived. He came back to Blingdenstone, and their magicians gave him these replacements for his hands, which turned out really to be better. They're very full of magic. And when I met Blingdenstone, or the men from Blingdenstone again, and Belwar was back with them, he had these hands then. And unbeknownst to us, he was followed by a troop of dark elves, and they attacked. They wiped out most of my people. Well, all of my people. I was the last one left, and I was fighting 2 warriors at the same time. And Belwar was injured and laying up against the edge of the cave. And I heard him start to clang his hands together. And he shot out a bolt of lightning that killed both the guys that I was fighting, but also ricocheted enough that I was knocked back against the stone and knocked unconscious. And when I finally woke up, Belwar and all the gnomes were gone. All the elves were gone, and my own dead men and myself. And I didn't really remember too much, and I just took my arms and I wandered off and traveled around for about 10 years, just killing any elves I found. And
Mark, why don't you tell us what Zakram got up to with his 6th level?
Yeah, well, so Zakram, he with 6th level, he has taken another level of Bard. He's got that just inspiration from seeing his idol down here in the Underdark. What's this all about? You know? And the other crew members, they don't seem so impressed. But this is like the coolest thing that has ever happened. So yeah, definitely with that. So I'm rocking the 3 Bard and the 3 Warlock. So
but you're actually you're 3 levels of Hexblade.
Yes, correct.
Right, and 3 levels of Bard and
correct.
A Tiefling. Got it.
Yes, the Tiefling, a blue Tiefling.
8 years old.
That appears 8 years old. Yes, yes. Thank you, Mist, down here.
The phaser is.
Yeah.
All right, Selkie, tell us a little bit about what happened to your character for level 6.
All right. Well, Selkie is a level 6 arcane trickster shifter rogue, and
say that 10 times fast.
I already forgot what I said. So at 6th level, I get to choose 2 more skill proficiencies for her. So I thought the ones that would help us out more, that kind of seemed like things that we would use as a group, would be investigation and persuasion.
Nice.
So those are the ones I picked. Seems like those are the ones we're using fairly frequently, and I've already got advantage in survival. So.
Oh yeah.
Those are handy. Definitely I like that aspect of rogues. The skill monkey side of things is good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a great character because she's got advantage on a bunch of skills. So.
Yeah.
I figured I would beef up some of the ones that don't have, advantage. So.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Clocks, what'd you do?
So,
this is gonna be good.
So Clocks.
It'll be better if you just tell the truth now.
Yeah. Level 6 Artificer, and so I just a quick little refresher. I come from a city where there was this kind of this calamity, this moment that happened, this instance where there was just this mass destruction event, and and to me as a tinker goblin, I kind of relished in that moment, in that I saw the destruction and I wanted to mimic this. I wanted to do this. I wanted to become somebody that can be one source of change
You were an impressionable 10-year-old.
I was an impressionable, 9-year-old. Now I'm turned 10, so I'm wise. I'm 10% wiser and smarter. And so I wanted to head out and learn how I can, either channel power, that sort of like destructive power, and in the purpose of like just creating chaos in a way. And so as level 6, I unlocked my level 5. I unlocked my homunculus servant, and at level 6, I unlocked a couple more like artificer infusion options. And so now I have another item that I can infuse, and so the thing with the artificer is I can infuse items. I can be really selfish about it and make them for me, or I could also make other people's items magical. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something wielded by me. So the cool thing about the artificer is I can take your mundane dagger or sword or two-handed greatsword and make it a +1 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah. So one of the two things I just looked at was Radiant Weapon. Grants +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. While holding it, may take a bonus action to activate or deactivate shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. So
how long does that last?
The infusion itself lasts until I infuse something else and I use up my slot to infuse something else. So I can only have so many active items infused. And when I decide to infuse something and I'm at my max, I have to take away from one other thing to infuse that. So, and another one I grabbed was resistance armor. So you can choose it. You can have a damage type, and you can just choose to be like resistant to that.
Man, so like piercing or slashing for damage types.
Acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder.
Okay.
So I think magical damage.
Gotcha.
Right, DM? Does that sound like magical damage or something?
Yeah, that did. Okay. And are you the artillerist class of artificers clocks? Is that right?
That's a good question. Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I recognized a few of those things in there. So yeah, cool.
Because I've got the eldritch weapon that I can create, the eldritch cannon.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks for that update. That's super useful to reset the audience here. All right. Any questions, thoughts, or clarifications, addendums, and ad hoc role-playing to tack on to the end of last session? Stuff that y'all want to clear up before we sync up to live action?
Well, where we left off, we're almost to Blingdenstone, right?
That's right. You guys had just... Yeah, go ahead.
We ran into Jim Jar, and he was with...
He had somebody with him, yeah.
And he had a jib jab video for us.
What's a jib jab video?
So it's
go for it.
Yeah, where you can submit a picture and it shows like that person's head dancing around on some like crazy body.
All right.
I'm sure you've seen him because I know Jess used to do it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, is it just you put the filters on your face and make it be like cat head or something like that?
No, it'd be like one of them was a Christmas one where was it 3 dancing elves?
Like elves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
And then it would put your picture in place of the elf's
right.
head.
All right.
It was like what, early aughts cool?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
It's kind of like a.
I say Jim Jar. Jim Jab.
So I haven't heard of it yet.
It was cool around the same time as those like singing fish that everybody had, right?
Yeah.
Billy Bass.
Billy Bass.
Yeah.
They hit the marketing rhythm just right for like one Christmas, and everybody got one.
Yeah, no, it's in a closet, in a box,
right?
At the bottom.
You pull it out, but you put it away, but you forgot to take the battery out. And you pull it out 4 years later, and it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we did that with a Tickle Me Elmo one time. I was laying on the bottom of a toy box. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Oh, man. Yeah, I try to crawl in my own ass to disappear.
He probably said, because he said something super creepy.
Oh, yeah.
He probably said
But it was like the death rattle. It was the last little juice the battery had left to do it, you know. Worship me, I think it was that. Yeah.
Worship Boopido.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the story how we burnt our house down ourselves.
Oh, that's it. I mean, that's how we gotta market WARlando. We gotta come out with a Tickle Me Boopido doll. That's not from a horror film at all. Like, worship me, child. That'll not help Dungeons and Dragons' reputation.
Time to take a sip of beer.
Awesome. So you all find yourselves so we'll reset the party real quick here. You are with Globagool, who is the sentient gelatinous cube you met in the Oozing Temple. He is tagging along, and the Mykonig companions you made sort of an uneasy alliance with have departed and have decided they don't want to go to Blingdenstone, and they were better off on their own. So unless there is something I'm not remembering right now, that's it. It's you all and Globagool. So we got it all the way down to one NPC, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, and the coolest NPC at that.
Is he the best one so far? All right.
Yeah, I'm digging him.
I'll take it. All right. So y'all, and you're of course with Jim Jar, who you just synced back up with. He kind of noticed y'all getting closer to it and came down to interject himself, kind of and offered to escort you up to the outer gates of Blingdenstone. So what would y'all like to do?
Are Topsy and Turvy still with him, or do they go off somewhere else?
Jim Jar will tell you they're a little weary about going into the front entrance of Blingdenstone, because you all know that they were cursed with lycanthropy of a were-rat persuasion, and that's he mentioned that's a little bit frowned upon currently in the political climate of Blingdenstone.
You said that they wouldn't go through the main gate. Does that mean there's an alternate entrance?
There may be other alternate entrances. Jim Jar does not know of any.
Okay.
Rat holes.
He can tell you that Blingdenstone on the whole has been assaulted, put under siege, captured and recaptured. It's been the site of multiple wars between the Drows, the Dwarves, and the Deep Gnomes over the centuries. And so as such, the front entrance to it is like you would expect a proper fortress to be. Very difficult to penetrate with through means of force.
Do we want to develop a cover story for ourselves before we just march into Blingdenstone?
Are we a group of traders again?
Yeah, with a D.
With the D.
Yep.
And Jim Jar can tell you too. He says it's not unusual for outsiders to come into the city. There's a trading post there, and there's an inn where outsiders are welcome, but they're definitely going to size you up or take your measure as you come in, and have to get a warm and fuzzy before they let you pass the gates.
Sounds like that persuasion is going to come in handy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, let's just go through the front gates.
Yeah,
come on, like we know what we're doing.
Who's our mouthpiece?
You see Clocks like walk up in between you, and he pulls out this badass tricorn leather, just like polished, and he goes, "What I didn't tell you was I also have a hat of wizardry." He just like puts on this hat, and it just like, looks so cool. If you've ever seen Fox before, then like you've never seen him so cool.
Wow.
Blizzard hat and stogie.
Yeah.
Right. Forgot about the stogie. Yeah.
Always a stogie.
And you guys, I feel like you guys have been struggling to make a cool hat for 18 episodes now. So like this is a big accomplishment.
Yeah, that is.
It is a big accomplishment. So in my upgrading
it's
to level 6, I can swap out these like infusions.
Oh,
And so
neat.
one of the ones that I swapped out was for the Hat of Wizardry.
Oh, all
What
right.
does
So
that
that
do
is
for you?
cooler than mine. Great.
It allows me to cast any cantrip on the wizard spell list
Holy shit.
Oh, very nice.
once every long rest.
Wow.
Very cool. That's great. All right.
Yeah, that's really
and
good.
if it's something against somebody, I must make a check, a DC 10 intelligence check, Arcana check. And if I succeed, I can cast it. If I can't, it fails. So basically, I can choose anything, but I have to pass the Arcana check.
I like it. That's pretty great.
We really are turning into a company of wizards. We all have spells we can cast now.
Yeah, spells and fancy hats. Yeah.
Does anybody not have a hat? Let's just make sure before we go to Blingdenstone.
Dak raises his hand. No hat.
Oh. Is it by,
I give him.
by choice?
I give him the displacer beast hat.
Perfect.
Nice.
That'll look
Waving
good.
my
Yeah, with your little
tails everywhere.
tassels around. Yeah.
Can I get
Yeah.
a hat with fake goblin ears?
How about real goblin ears?
I know a guy.
And it's a car.
Tuck my ears into my new hat.
Yeah. Where'd they go? Let's go.
All right. And Jim Jar says, hey, don't worry. As long as I'm with you, I bet you they'll let us right in.
Oh, great.
Feeling confident now.
Yeah. Pretty sure we have a stowaway now. It's just using us as their cover.
He says, hey, come on, man. I've always been on the up and up with you guys. What's the deal? Listen, we were all in jail together, man. It's not like I can trust you either 100%, right? But I get a good sense from y'all.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's a cool character, right? You know what I mean? But he feels like, hey, maybe you think he's on the up and up, but maybe he hurt his feelings a little bit. He's like, oh man, we've been through a lot together, and you don't trust me yet?
I'm not saying I don't trust him. I just don't trust him.
Right.
I'm keeping it to myself.
I don't trust him. All right. So, with Jim Jar in tow, you all will sort of present yourselves at the outer gates to Blingdenstone. And as you sort of walk up, there's these very wide steps that sort of lead up to what's the main entrance there. And immediately what you notice is that although it's very wide across, the whole party could walk, shoulder to shoulder, but the steps are made for gnome feet. So it's sort of like difficult for you guys to kind of get up there. And well, it's great for gnomes. It's like just right. It's probably great for Clocks. He's probably like running up and down.
Yeah.
No problems and stuff. The rest of you kind of have a...
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, right. You can Tom's feet. Yep.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys, and it's you start to see sort of, it's a little bit of a defensive tactic too, right? Because anything too big or too large, they have a real hard time sort of getting up these tiny narrow steps. And when you get to the top, there's this a big entrance kind of on the western wall, and as you look through there's this huge hoisting mechanism that's clearly that's attached to this large gate that's made of steel and mithril or adamantine that's in front of you, and operating this lift is what you all would recognize as this is an earth elemental. It's just this giant stone creature who's been summoned by the gnomes, and his only purpose is just to stand there, be tough, and then if they want to open the gate, then he'll like crank the wheel open to let you guys through. But you all approach this gate, and you hear a voice sort of from up on the top of the wall, sort of holler down. All right, what are you doing here? State your business. Who are you with? Where are you going?
Oh, good day, good sir. We are visiting your fine town.
Right, obviously, but why?
Why not? We've heard that this place is all the rage.
Rage?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, let me tell you something. What's your name?
Oh, just, I'm Jimsy.
Jimsy, so good to meet you, good sir. So good to meet you. Oh, we've been just traveling all about, and everything we've heard has told us to come here. This is a place of wonders, from what we've heard.
Well,
You have a fine town.
I guess you got that right. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Have you been outside to see the rest of the world here?
Brother, I'm 642 years old. I've seen it all. You ain't gonna
Oh,
tell
then
me.
you know better than anyone. So we have traveled long and far, and we've decided to come and see the glory that is Blingdenstone.
All right, what about the goblin?
The goblin. Oh,
Unsavory sort there.
he's a wonderful one. Just full. He is just a comedian, a way with words, a wordsmith. This is, may I introduce you to, the great and glorious Clocks.
Hello.
Class.
Thank you, Clocks.
What kind of name is that? Jesus Christ.
Oh, just a stage name.
What kind of name is Clock? What kind of name is Jimsy?
A wonderful
That was
name.
my grandmother's name.
Mouse.
Well, with a mother. Oh.
Good. Thank you, Selkie. Thank you so much. Yes,
My
Clocks.
pleasure.
He's just a comedian, always giving everyone around him just that little nudge of grief, you know. Ha ha ha.
All right. But the two humans, they look dangerous.
Oh, don't they look wonderful? Look
Brooding
at how
guys over
broad, barrel-chested they are. Look how strong. Oh yes, just amazing. Yes, they pick things up, they put them down. It's incredible.
When Jimsy says we look dangerous, I just nod.
Yeah, I know. But you know that the big ones are usually just the big softies. Don't worry about them.
I shake my
They
head.
they don't look too soft, buddy.
Yeah, well, you gotta spend some time to know them. They're really just a soft pillow in the middle.
I start
All
I start punching my open hand.
Oh, Dak.
And I answer him in Gnome and tell him I'm Mornhelm from the fine city of Chandran, ancient friend to the gnomes and the people of Blingdenstone.
Yeah, when you do that, like all of a sudden Jimsy's sort of his attitude changes. You know, he kind of is like, oh,
And I bow.
a gentleman. Well, that's what. Why don't you let him talk? For Jesus Christ! All right, hold on.
Oh, good sir. we just decided to save the best for last.
And you hear him like just give me a second, and like you hear like clanking and shuffling and stuff moving around like behind the wall and stuff like that, and then he's sort of like get out of the way, and he kind of runs around the corner and pops out right in front of you guys. And you see this little small, deep gnomish male with spectacles on and big ears, and he sort of looks you all up and down and says, all right, you guys passed old Jimsy's heard a tall tale or two, but you seem okay now. I just got to ask you one more question. There's not anybody else here with you, is there?
No, just
Nobody that I
us.
can't see or something like that?
Is Glabagool gonna introduce himself, or
So he would not be able to see Glabagool unless y'all, because he's totally translucent.
is Glabagool still holding Dawnbringer for me?
Did you put Dawnbringer in there?
I think last session I did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep her quiet.
So he kind of comes down, and then like he kind of like looks to one side and then looks at the other and he sort of walks around. He goes, "Is that a flying sword? What the hell is that thing?"
Don't reach. Don't touch.
What? Why not?
You might get burned.
And burned? What the hell are you talking about?
That's our friend Globagool. He's holding this
Hey,
for me.
I'm Globagool, y'all. And he's like, "Holy shit! You got a gelatinous cube with you? That thing's dangerous. Why does it
No,
No, he's a sweetheart.
Sweetheart, he'll melt your face off.
Look at him. He's holding my sword for me. He's such a gentleman.
You gave it swords? Jesus. The hell is the matter with you people?
Clocks is like, what? You've never seen a gelatinous cube with a name like Jimsy? I thought your mom would have been a gelatinous.
He says, you guys are all fine, but I'll listen. They'll run me out of here if I let that cube in.
Oh.
We've had a lot of problems with these jellies, cubes, okras, all these things. They're just, it's a real problem right now. It's not exactly okay.
But he's a sentient one. He's not gonna just run into people, you know. He's very careful with us. He hasn't run into us by accident yet. I mean, you know, knock on wood.
You don't look burnt, I guess, but they're gonna have my hide.
We can't
find out old Jimsy let this one in.
Yeah,
they won't even see him. I'll take my sword back, and they won't even know he's there.
And who are you anyway?
Selkie is my name, and
Don't wear it out.
holding that sword is my game.
Globagool's like, hi, Jimsy. I just became aware of myself. I promise I'll be nice. These folks are real good people. I've never seen them do anything bad at all.
See?
Wow, holy sh! That's a first. 642 years, I never saw a freaking talking cube. And you see him thinking it over. And so, I was going to. Why don't we make a group persuasion check here to see if Jimsy will let you in? Mornhelm.
Sounds good.
You can go at advantage for speaking in Gnomish and knowing the customs. And I guess, Selkie, you're going to be at disadvantage because you're speaking up for Globagool.
Okay. Dirty 20 with disadvantage.
You rolled 2 20s?
No, dirty 20 with disadvantage.
Oh, dirty. I'm sorry. Cool.
I only got an 11.
I got a 24.
And what are we adding to it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
7 for Clocks.
7.
You got 13.
Clocks mumbles another mom joke under his breath.
Yes.
Never heard of a woman named Jimsy. Straightens his hat.
What you got, Mornhelm?
13.
Did you go with advantage?
Yeah, that was my better one.
Okay, gotcha. He sort of looks around and says, all right. He goes, look, I'm going to let you guys in here. You got Jim Jar with you, and he's okay, so that's, I was really not going to do this, but I'm just telling you. First sign of trouble, you guys are out of here. Now, we're going to let you in, but I got to know, where are you going? Where are you headed? You going to the trading bazaar? Where are you coming from? Why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish?
How about your mom's house? How far away is that?
Your finest inn, sir.
The finest inn. Well, there's only one. So that'd be the finest.
Close to the bazaar.
He says, "Yeah. Well, all right. That's the foaming mug. They've got huge rooms for you, huge beings. And take up so much space. They got to build their own inn. Good God. But all right. Well, that's just past the trading post in there. Jim Jar can show you the way. Anything else you're looking for while you're in there? I'll tell him to be expecting you.
I think maybe Zakram's looking for a place to play.
Oh, my eyes light up at Dak. It's like, I'm always looking for a place to play.
What are we talking about here?
Oh, we didn't tell? We're just a traveling troupe here.
Oh,
Fine
start with
entertainment.
artists. Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody say tavern?
Yes.
There's a bar,
It
right?
was in a cave.
The one without the stalagmites.
It's a cavern.
Yeah. No, this is a proper cavern. Exactly. Thank you, Selkie.
This one has a T.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So this frosty mug, right?
A foaming mug, yeah.
Foaming mug. Yes. Oh, that sounds delicious. Yes. And who visits this? Outsiders?
Yeah. Well, that's where the outsiders stay. It's pretty dead right now. They just kind of reopened it up, But it's clean, good folks. That's where you'll wanna. If you're planning to stay, that's where you'll want to head.
Then that's where we shall go.
All right. He says, okay, and then he sort of like nimbly grabs onto a couple of rocks and with a quick twist of his wrists and a flick of his feet, he jumps back up there, and then you hear him whistle down to the earth elemental, who just kind of like looks up and walks over to the wheel, boom, 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 and starts opening the gates to Blingdenstone. And this 80-foot tall door of adamantine and mithril woven into it starts rising open. Jim Jar says, well, I wasn't, he says, man, I don't know. I'm not so sure how that was going to go, but looks like we got our way in. Come on, let's go check it out.
Turn back to the group. Good job, everyone. It's showtime.
Globagul says, thank you, y'all. It's so nice to meet you. I really appreciate you giving me the benefit of the doubt. And he just kind of eyes him as y'all head on inside. As you sort of get through, and you right away realize you walk through, and there's another couple of gnomes just inside the gate. And they, as you walk by, they just sort of hold these gems up to you guys, and you feel like just a light pulse of magic kind of go across you, almost like they're scanning you for something. But they won't otherwise impede you. And you go inside, and you realize the second level of defense for this place as you get past the front gate is there's just this. There's this maze of 10-foot walls that turn and cut back with nails that stick out the side of either one, and there's some gnomes kind of walking around on the top of the walls with little short bows. So you can see that somebody, like any kind of invading force, even if they got past the gate, would have to like double back and get lost in dead ends, all while they rain down arrows and stuff on them. But Jim Jar says, yeah, don't worry about that too much. I can get you through here. And you guys pretty quickly get lost on a couple of fast turns, but Jim Jar can, and you have to squeeze in a couple of places that get pretty tight, but he gets you kind of right through the gauntlet and into the inner gate. So you pass the outer gate and the gauntlet, and now you're to the inner gate of Blingdenstone. You leave the dark tunnel behind and step into what looks like another world. These aren't sinister drow caverns or harsh bare stone, but a subterranean land of warm colors and welcoming smells. The deep gnomes you see going about their business glance up at you with suspicion, but you instinctively know that you face no threat here. One of the guards escorting you abandons his severe frown to give a deep nod as he prompts you past the inner gate. Welcome to Blingdenstone, travelers. And from here, you find yourselves sort of in a busy central cavern known as the reception hall. And there are a number of different exits going in and out of here. You have an exit directly in front of you. There are what used to be a couple of exits off to your left that seem like they've been sealed up and have rocks sort of blocking them now. You have an exit straight across, and then you have what looks like some steps going down into a lower area right off of here. And Jim Jar says, "So, what's it gonna be? You wanna head right to the tavern, or you wanna look around here? What do you guys? We haven't seen each other in a while here. What is it you're after here? I mean, we can go talk to the important people. But if you guys want to get supplies or get back, get rested, I'll totally understand. I just want to make sure, that you're okay before we get down to business here.
Oh, I'm definitely voting with my nose and following those warm smells you were talking about.
All right.
Very nice. Yeah.
There's a couple of vendors, basically the gnomish version of food trucks all kind of pulled up around.
Yes.
All kinds of different delightful things that are both fungus-based and not fungus-based.
Yeah.
Definitely the non-fungus-based ones.
Yeah, there's some teeny little salted or smoked fish. You know what I mean? That they have on these tiny little skewers. Like to you, they're like the size of a toothpick, but to a gnome, they're kind of like a little shish kebab. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Any meat on a stick is always best.
Yeah. Selkie's basically gonna float over like a cartoon to those.
Like a cartoon cat following it with your nostrils.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can partake of the delights of the sort of cavern market here at the center of Blingdenstone here, and everything will be reasonably priced. You guys have a pretty fair stash of treasure right now, so the little fishes will be like a copper, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
Hey, Glabagool, you want anything?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I've never eaten before.
I'll get a stick of the dried fish or the smoked fish for him too, and toss it on in.
As you kind of just like throw it at him, and it just sort of hits his thing, and then sinks in, and just like dissolves. Like little bony fish head is the last thing you see as the bones just kind of disappear. He's like, well. That was something. Thanks, Selkie.
Anytime, buddy. You just let me know if you get a hankering for anything else.
Okay, I will. So, and Jim Jar says, well, I can take you down there. You guys want me to give you some space so you can kind of find your way around? What are you thinking?
What would you like to do? Is this a busy inn? Are we afraid that we might have not a room?
I don't think you'll have too much trouble. As I understand it, they just kind of reopened. It had been closed for a while.
Okay, remodeling, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Why was it closed?
Well, it was torn down. They only just resettled this place. My understanding, it was burned down in the last drow raid.
Battle damage.
Oh, how long ago was that?
Oh, probably
Yesterday, yeah.
A couple hours ago, yeah. He says, probably about 10 years, but gnomes, they live on a much longer timeline, so that's kind of pretty typical for them. Not much happens too fast down here.
All right, let's go to the inn.
All right, so Jim Jar says, all right, right this way. And he'll take you off to sort of a small entrance in the southern wall, and you guys will bear off to the right, and you kind of go through like a residential area. You can tell like this is where some of the townsfolk live. There's smaller caverns kind of taken off the edges of the way, but he'll sort of walk you through a few residential streets and then on down the path, and you eventually end up at the Foaming Mug. You all walk in, and it's sort of the middle of their workday here, so it's a little bit empty. But the place is pretty empty. But there's this female gnome sort of sitting back at the bar, just sort of on a bar stool with her feet up, just sort of looking around, bored, cleaning the same glass over and over again. And then you all show up, and she's like, "Oh wow, look, adventurers, cool! Now this is why I opened this place. Come on in. Welcome to the Foaming Mug. What are you guys doing here?"
We've come for rooms.
Well, we got them. We got
Excellent.
big, medium, creature-sized rooms, no problem. Plenty of vacancy for all of you. We're not exactly full up right now, as you can tell. But there's a couple of hot springs downstairs if you want to take a bath. We got food, we got ale, we got drink. What are you guys doing? Where are you down here in the Underdark? You guys are surfacers. This is great. What's going on?
I'm living here now. You said hot springs?
Yeah. It's terrific. I gotta show you. Right down there.
This is my new home.
Yeah.
So at least until the Demogorgon shows up.
Wait.
What?
Do not put that bad juju on us.
Well, let's take some rooms. How about that? First and foremost, we'll get our spots.
Okay. Right down to business. She'll say, all right, one silver per person per night. Hope that's fair. Room and board included.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
All right.
Let's do
great.
that. And what is your name?
Oh, I'm Tappy. Tappy Foam Strap.
Tappy Foam Strap. An absolute pleasure to meet you.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be too pushy. I'm a little, hey, I'm sorry if I came on strong. It's a little boring in here by myself. Good God, can you imagine? In a tap room by yourself?
Yeah, things would go south quickly.
I know. Oh my God, I drank it all the first couple of days this happened.
Our friend Zach here needs an audience.
Yeah, I was looking around. Does this place get any busier?
Oh, sure. Well, we get the local traffic here when everybody comes back from the mines, they're headed back to the. You probably came through the houses over there where everybody lives, right? So I got right here, perfect spot. This corner's great. I'm gonna make a mint here if I could ever just get the word out.
Oh, well, I think we should do that. I think that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about a fun night tonight?
Fun night. Well, that sounds great.
Night.
I've had a lot of boring ones, so that's much better.
I look around at everyone. Fun night tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a long trip.
Oh, long trip. Well, I don't want to be too pushy, but whenever you want to tell me, I love to hear stories from somewhere besides freaking Blingdenstone. Good God Almighty. Tied to this place, you know what I mean? I just gotta be here every night. But hey, make yourselves comfortable. Please use the hot springs, the room. You'll find oils and soaps down there. Just you need anything, I'm not doing shit. So just yell up the stairs.
It sounds like we have a deal,
beeline.
Tappy.
Yeah. I'm going to make a beeline for the water.
All right.
I'm going to say for you, that's going to be glorious, huh?
Yep. Clean, non-poisoned water, non-disease-bearing water. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's fresh from the spring, comes in way down from underground. None of that Dark Lake garbage.
Bliss.
And you all feel free to make use of the amenities and have a hot meal. Place your belongings in your room. She'll show you to some clean and tidy, good medium creature-sized rooms upstairs.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take a little tour of the place too, just kind of wandering around and.
Yeah, it's not a terribly big place, you know what I mean? It's still a gnomish town, so they don't quite have, people-sized architecture, but you can tell they're trying to be accommodating. They got big tables and big chairs, right?
That's good. So the floor isn't like being John Malkovich, like. No. Okay.
The
proper
bar's
size.
you can tell that she's really trying hard. Like when you go to the bar, you know what I mean? It's a little bit lower than you'd see at a normal bar, but she's kind of got like this like a ramp on the back so she can like step up to be higher. You know what I mean? So she's
very nice. Yeah.
Trying to be accommodating and get a little more comfy for y'all.
Yeah,
I like that.
You. Yeah, that's cool. Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, people like Mornhelm and Dak.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
So, Tappy, what's this here about some kind of pudding person being worshipped around town?
Pudding. I don't know about that, but what I can tell you is one thing that's for sure is I've had a lot of problems with I've had a lot of ghosts around here.
Ghosts.
Worse than usual. Well, I mean, listen, if as many people have died in one place as here, you're bound to get some ghosts, I mean, there's been like thousands of murders in this place.
Tappy, you want to hear our stories, but you're holding out on us with ghost stories?
Oh, well, I mean, just all of Blingdenstone. I mean, it's, there's been some wars here, literally where you're standing. So, but recently, you always get your random ghost here, your random ghost there. It's to be expected when you live as long as we do. But listen, I'm just saying it's gotten a little worse as of recently.
Any ghosts within this establishment?
Oh, well, yeah, every now and then, but nobody that stays. Maybe they come through, crazy, and then they leave. No big deal.
Oh, wow.
The ghosts aren't violent.
Well, no, not the ones that come in here. This place is safe.
Is there a part of town that's not safe?
Oh, sure, lots of them. There's, there's you don't want to find yourself in the rock blight. That's for sure. Oh boy, we had to close those caverns off. Then there's those the Clan Goldwhisker, the were rats. We had to block those caverns off. Shoot, I mean, we've got like lots of this town just blocked off just to keep this part safe. But don't worry, it's fine.
Oh.
And I think back to the entrance there. So we did notice one that was blocked off, right?
Yeah, for sure. Right when you came in off to your left, there was it looked like a tunnel that had been like recently sort of filled up with rocks or imploded or something like that.
Sealed up. Wonder if that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, is that one of the ones she's talking about?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you saw it when you came in, right? Well, when we had all the problems with Clan Goldwhisker with that lot, we just said, you know what? We're just gonna seal you guys off, and you can stay over there in that part of town, and we'll use this part over here, and we'll just can't have outbreaks of lycanthropy coming through here. I mean, this is a closed community, for God's sakes. It'll go through here like a knife through butter.
Oh, could you imagine that? Between the ghosts
each
and
other,
then
going nuts. You can't have it.
Yes, and the fleas.
Don't tell me about it.
Yeah.
Have there been any new religions popping up around town?
Nah, nothing like that. I mean, it's there's as far as that kind of stuff goes, if you want to talk to the down to the speaking stones, that's where those of the faith kind of hang out. But they've been doing that forever. Some people more religious, some people less. I say, to each their own. Just keep it out of my bar. We don't talk that stuff in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'd rather keep away from all that.
She says, I mean, there's all kinds of, I'll tell you one thing we did see not too long ago, and I had this on very good authority. I didn't see it myself. I'm working here one night. This dwarf comes in here and tells me, he goes, I can't believe it. There was these bunch of mushroom people, and they were out there dancing, going on about a wedding and this and that and everything else. Can you believe it? Mushroom people?
What? Get out of here. They're dancing? They dance?
I know. Something about a wedding celebration. Hell if I know. I mean, that was a few weeks back now, but I mean, it's all kinds of crazy stuff down here.
Matt, remind me, what was it that Jim Jar said about ooze worshippers?
Yep. Yeah. So, and Jim Jar kind of will lean down to you and say, he's like, nah, not everybody knows about that. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of information I snuck in there for you. You know what I mean? I bet she'd really freak out if we told her there was a real threat in town.
How did you find out about it, Jim Jar?
He says, well, listen, I got my ways. I think the folks at Clan Goldwhisker might be a little more in touch with that, but since they're not talking to each other right now, it's a bit tough, right?
Yeah.
Tappy, you aware of any entrances to the surface world?
Surface world. Well, you just got here. You're trying to leave already?
No, not quite yet. But eventually we'd like to get back to our homes.
She says, well, sure. I mean, we got travelers here that have been going up and back to the surface for hundreds of years. I'm sure we could set you up. If you want to find out about that kind of stuff, I'd say you need to go talk to the Diggermatics. They're the kind of they run this place in terms of the explorers and the miners. A married couple, lovely people, hard workers. I can set you up with an introduction if you like.
That would be fantastic.
All right.
And I can come back here whenever I wanted to go swimming.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this is what it's for, right?
Yeah. paradise, I'm telling you, especially compared to the rest of the Underdark. This is awesome.
She says, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you go through the boring times, the days with nothing going on, when you drink a whole case of wine by yourself and then wake up the next day not knowing what the hell happened.
I will help you drink that case of wine, all right? You don't have to do that by yourself tonight.
Awesome. Excellent. All right, so we got rooms established. I think we got a little bite to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go hit the bazaar? Anybody need any equipment? I think we're doing pretty good,
Yeah, I think so.
aren't we?
Do you want to talk to these diggermatics?
Yeah.
Yeah, diggermatics, and if you're interested in this religious stuff here, Dak, the speaking stones, huh?
I just have, I've got that suspicion. We haven't gone to a town yet that didn't have some kind of cult trying to destroy everything.
Yeah, well, maybe this is the one.
We haven't abandoned town yet that hasn't had a cult trying to destroy something.
That is true. And what about you, Mornhelm? What would you like to do?
I was just going to ask Happy if she could direct me to the captain of the guard, somebody who's doing patrols outside the stone.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, yeah, that'll the barracks are back there, sort of close to where you came in. You can if you just want to stop by and talk to anybody down there, where they're off duty, I'm sure they'll give you a minute of your time, or the diggermatics would know a lot about that too. They send explorers and miners and up and down, know kind of what's going around around outside these walls pretty well. So either one of them, I can point you in the right direction.
Point.
And she'll give you directions. You kind of know the way back to the barracks, which is literally right next to where you guys walked in. And then she will give you directions to go talk to the diggermatocs if you would like to, which is kind of over in this part of town as well. And she says, "Well, hey, but I don't want to. I just sorry if you guys are. I don't mean to keep pestering you, but somebody mentioned something about a fun night. You guys got plans tonight. Being here in town."
Yeah, I'm thinking when we all come back and we'll come see you. How late are you working till?
Yeah, I live here.
Hey, that sounds good.
I sold the house to buy this place.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. When we come back, what's a good time to come back?
Oh, well, I mean, there'll be a few more folks in here if you're looking for more people in here, probably in a couple of hours.
Yeah, that sounds good. What do you think? Just enough time to talk to these other folks?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do I take it that you all are headed to talk to the diggermatocs?
Yes.
All right. So Tappy will give you directions, and she sends you kind of back out into a couple of the winding roads. You sort of walk back the way you came in, but then instead of heading back out toward the main welcome hall, you make a right at a certain point, and then go back deeper into the residential areas and go all the way back to this sort of this larger cave, kind of at the bottom southeast corner of this residential block part of the city. And 24 or so Sverflin occupy this well-lit cavern. You just came from the bar. Now you're in a cave.
All right, very good. Thank you for the definitive description.
Play.
24 or so Sverflin occupy this well-lit cavern, some moving briskly with messenger pouches in hand, while others huddle around several stone tables covered in maps and other papers, talking in hushed, serious tones. The back of the room is dominated by a dais, carved from the rock of the cavern, upon which 2 stone desks are facing each other. 2 Sverflin, one male, one female, sit behind the desks, conferring with the advisors and each other. They turn their attention to you as you enter. Who's this lot then? It's the male at the back of the cavern, sort of pulls his glasses down his nose and looks at you as you guys sort of show up at his front door.
Selkie will elbow Mornhelm a little bit, since he's the gnomish speaking member of the party.
You sure you don't want me to handle this one, guys?
days, kind sir. Do you still run trading routes to the surface?
Yeah, I suppose we do. It's not too much of a secret.
Good. How have they been? How have they been? Have they been attacked? Have they come against things they don't normally see?
He sort of looks he looks over across the desk at the female thing and then looks back at you and he says, well, maybe they have and maybe they haven't. But who are you and what are you doing here to be asking these questions?
Just a traveler, a trader like yourselves. We've met with a strange characters, and they all tell us to come here
Yeah.
because there isn't anywhere else to go. Demons, rough swords, flying nose jobs.
I'm sorry, did you say demons? Like from the other planes, kind of will kill you for nothing demons?
Yeah, have your patrols met anybody like that?
He says, no, that'd be news to us. I mean, we've got our share of troubles, but this is quite interesting here. Let me ask you a question. Were you followed? Are they coming here? Uh-huh.
No, we don't leave anybody behind us alive.
he kind of says, "Oh, okay, friend. No need to." Just you gotta understand, I need to be cautious. I've got the safety of my people to worry about. And he'll say, well, no, we haven't noticed too many demons. I haven't got reports of those from the mines, but, well, we got our share of troubles, that's for sure.
Other than the weir rats?
Gold whiskers? Can't be having them here. Well, they'll be biting the children in no time.
As soon as the demons start, the weir rats get brave. Watch out.
And as soon as he says that, who you take from context to be his wife, comes down and she says, now, Dorbo, we've talked about this. You can't just be assuming that they'll go around biting people. They used to be gnomes, for God's sakes. He says, I don't believe it. Leave them behind the caves. That's where they belong. Separate. Plenty of space for them over here. Plenty of space for them here for us. And that's the way it ought to be. And she says, well, you'll have to pardon my husband. He's clearly got some issues with these gold whiskers, but what, I don't believe I've met the rest of you here. I'm Senny, and this is my husband, Dorbo. We do have manners, believe it or not. Now, who might you all be? This is how things are done properly.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
Selkie.
I'm Dak.
This invisible cube is Glabagool.
She says, invisible cube, and Glabagul's like, oh, hey, y'all, it's just me. I know you can't see me, but I'm here, and I can think. And she says, is that a gelatinous cube?
Yes,
You'll
he's
need to
my very good friend.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He will kill the children.
He's a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
What are you talking about? We've got these things running about here.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh,
You
dear
can
God.
Oh, go for it. Whoops.
Just get to know him. Maybe you'll like him.
I think I like it here. You all seem real nice, and don't worry. Just don't let them near me or touch me, and they'll be fine.
I'll cast minor illusion, and I'll put the biggest, just gooeyest eyes on Glabagool, like a cartoon, like the what was the cat in Shrek? Just with the big smile and just the big batting eyes, just looking back at them.
All right, Selkie, roll persuasion for me to not freak out. The digger Mattox is. Uh-oh.
A 1 plus what?
So with that roll, you just see like a flicker of like a flame flash with a match as Clocks lights his cigar under his hat.
Oh no!
And he looks up and he says, "You think you're scared of gelatinous cubes? Where we've come from, we've seen the meanest, the dirtiest, the grimiest cubes of all. They would just snatch children like that, and they gone. But he's cool.
But this one,
Well, that's
As long as you just turned into Quint from Jars, you all know who I am.
I roll a natural 1, so
Oh no.
Didn't you have advantage on persuasion?
no. That's why I gave myself, extra piece in it, was so that I would be able to add the. I mean, I don't add with a natural 1. I don't add the bonus, right?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a failed check. Sunny will say, okay, look. I don't know how you got past the guards. I'm going to get to the bottom of that as a separate matter. However, you seem okay to me. Your friend there is very polite human there, but this one is not going to be welcome. He's going to have to go.
There's no need to get the guards involved. He wants to help make sure that we get up to the surface safely, and then he probably doesn't want to hang out on the surface. I would imagine he'll probably go off on his own at that point.
And
right, Glabagool?
Yeah, Glabagool will say, I just only became aware of myself. I'm real sorry if it causes any problems. But I can wait outside. I don't want to make y'all uncomfortable.
I make sad eyes on him.
Yep.
Like the saddest, droopy eyes that just kind of.
He'll sort of scooch along their floor. You can see like the acidy burning trail of his feet scooching, like as he kind of leans back out the door to go back outside.
Oh, it's just.
Clocks will say, he doesn't like being told he can't hang out with us. So you better watch out.
She says, all right, I gotta say the gelatinous cube seems quite nice. This goblin here, we're gonna have to maybe have a conversation. How'd you get to be hooked up with this lot, Master Goblin?
I asked that myself.
Don't answer that one. Silky's gonna whisper, "Don't say jail. Don't say jail."
I'll
say,
Zakram will step in and
we've seen a lot of shit in our days.
yes, especially with those mushroom folk. It seems that's we did travel through there, but Senny, Dorbo, you seem like just a fine, loving couple, and we've come to you just for guidance and questions. Mm-hmm. And we were told you were the best ones to be able to answer those.
Dorbo.
And please forgive my traveling troupe. We are an odd bunch, but that's what sells.
Sells
tickets at the door. We're
tickets.
Yes, we're a bit of a little traveling group, hence the oddness about us.
Oh, well, I guess that does make a bit more sense then. What kind of performers are you?
Oh, we have the strong men in the back. I point to Mornhelm and Dak. Now look at those big beefy boys, huh? Yes, and we have Clocks here. He's our, just our little jester that goes about the crowd and makes them so angry, but it's all in good fun. I mean, just look at him, and I just take his cheeks, and I'm like, just look at that face. Isn't he adorable?
Clock likes him.
We call him Rickles.
Yeah. And after I do that, I kind of, you don't see me, but I wipe my hand on my pants. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Selkie here, the sword master. You should see her, quick as lightning. Just amazing as all can be. And well, you've met Glabagool. He is kind of our oddity as part of the troupe. But it's okay. He understands. He gets that a lot.
He says, well, all right then, I guess that does make a bit more sense. But well, if you want to performance, you'll want to be headed over to the Foaming Mug, talk to Tappy. I'm sure she can accommodate. But what are you doing here? This is a place of business.
Yes. Well, she's the one who sent us.
We're looking
And,
for passage to the surface.
Yes, like our friend Mornhelm had spoke of.
The next caravan going out.
He says, now I start to see you're a bit lost down here, need a hand back to the surface. You're not the first ones to come across this trouble. But, well, I have to say it's not information we give away freely. We've had a lot of hardship here, a lot of bad experiences. I've learned just not to trust folks at their word, if you know what I mean.
I do.
But we're not unreasonable folk. Maybe if we can, there's a few things about here, some errands I can't really be sending my people out to do. If you wouldn't mind scratching my back, perhaps I can scratch yours.
What needs doing?
It says, well, there's any number of potential issues around here. Well, there's rumors of the northwestern part of the caverns. We haven't been there in a while, it being that we caved it in over there with Clan Goldwhisker. Well, there's also the issue of keeping these darn Clan Goldwhisker out of here. You could speak to them and get them to leave. That'd be great, so we can expand back to the rest of the caves.
What's preventing you from
Doing it yourself.
No.
Zakram laughs, a hearty chuckle, slaps him on the back.
Is it just a fear that they'll convert you to lycanthropy, or against your will?
Well, you see, if it was me, I'd have thrown them out already. But then there's the bleeding hearts like my wife over here who think they deserve a place to stay despite their affliction. And so you see, we've come to this compromise, which isn't really doing much good for anyone.
Why don't you become a were-rat too? Then there's no problem. If everybody's a were-rat.
He says, let that filthy lycanthropy come into my body. Not a chance.
How do you know it's filthy?
God, just look at them. They turn into rats. The nature of them.
There is a cure.
Tell them that.
You just cut all the weir rat out of the gnome.
He says, now I like the way this one thinks. Now, I'll not to be telling you how to do your methods on any job, but one way or the other, we can't continue to have half of our settlement divided.
What about just paying our way to the surface? What about just paying for passage?
He says, that's not quite the way things work. We've got no shortage of coin down here. We trade, we sell, we've got salt and gems, we've got everything we need, but no amount of money is going to solve this problem.
Well, I got a buddy that can help you out, and he's up there on the surface. So if I can go get my buddy, then I can get you some help.
All right. He says, yeah, no offense, friend, but like I said, we don't just trust people who wander in out of the Underdark. I'm sure you can understand.
Well, if we do a few of these jobs for you, when we're done with that, will you show us how to get to the surface?
He says, well, if we get, it's a simple matter of earning each other's trust and respect. If we trust you and know that you can show you the way, you'll not be leading an army back down here, then that's what we're after.
Are there any jobs for us that don't involve us changing a major part of your society?
Like,
He says, well, that's what I'm most concerned about at the moment. But you know, there's always Garnick over at the Speaking Stones. Yeah, maybe he needs your help. If he comes to me and you have his blessing or his trust, that would go a little bit of a way toward persuading me to trust you with this information and to go with our party.
That sounds good.
Well, if your wife's not in favor of getting rid of the gold whiskers, you know, why are you so determined to get rid of them?
Because she's wrong. Good Lord.
But she knows the way to the surface too?
Well, this is something that's known to all of us, but
So we get rid of them and we piss her off, but we get rid of them and we make you happy, and then your marriage is what's in trouble. This seems like a bad solution to me.
Let me tell you something, young lady. We've been married 316 years. We'll make it all right.
Not necessarily in a row.
Not continuous. And she says, she'll pipe up and say, she says, I appreciate your concern, darling. We will be just fine. We will get through this. But my husband is clearly wrong. Now, the bottom line is, we simply cannot have half of Blingdenstone blocked off. Either his solution, run them off and send them out of here, people who were our kin, who were deep gnomes as well, and just have an affliction, or run them off, or remove the barriers and let them back into the society. We simply cannot have half of our territory unavailable.
And you'll trust us if we do the getting rid of the barriers thing?
She says, if we get this town opened up, then that is what we're looking for. We need to be able to get all of our territory here so we can properly defend this place and get access to all the caves.
Hey, clocks. Explosives.
But no masks.
And we don't need anybody's permission but yours.
She says, you may want to talk to them before you just go blowing things up, lad.
There's a little saying I learned.
I feel like I know where this is going.
You do, and don't say you're sorry, and then, well, you just don't say you're sorry.
That's not how it goes.
And that's how I've lived my life.
I think it goes, it's easier to ask forgiveness than ask for permission.
What's forgiveness?
Why would I do that?
Clocks is like, guys, come here. Come in, team. He kind of whispers if anybody else comes in to the huddle.
Everybody else is just like, no.
No. Why don't we just make these people tell us how to get to the surface?
What, like through intimidation?
Good idea, Selkie.
No, I didn't say it was an idea.
Selkie says we should intimidate them.
No. I think these people would rather die than tell us the way to the surface if they think we're going to lead people to invade them.
Yeah, kind of the whole reason they don't want to tell us.
Right.
Did you notice that big stone guy? He's just a snap of the fingers away from 1,000 of his friends.
Yep.
He's magic too.
Oh yeah, you know this place best, huh, Mornhelm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you spoke their language.
They come right out of the wall.
Oh,
They're
boy.
everywhere. Not to mention the 10,000 soldiers that every miner is a soldier. So we should be good, the 5 of us.
So why don't they just send these stone people to go do their dirty work?
Because then you wouldn't be able to blow up things, Clocks. Explosions. Aren't they your favorite?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They don't have. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh no. Yeah, I just go along with Selkie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Explosions, huh?
You blow things up and
Flame.
reunite society.
Fire.
Hero.
Oh man. Absolutely incredible.
We'll write a song about you.
Oh yes, it'll be glorious.
So there's another.
Run out of key.
Here's another solution. We all take levels as cleric, and we learn the remove curse spell. No more lycanthropes. It's done.
Yeah.
Why hasn't anybody done this already? Where are their clerics?
She says, I couldn't tell you. I haven't spoke with them.
You don't have any clerics.
No. We haven't spoke with Clan Goldwhisker. I don't know why they're clinging to it.
So somebody's
It's
tried
kind of a
curing them.
habit.
Yeah, somebody's tried curing them, and they said no.
Well, we haven't tried, but we sort of just split the colony here. Risk of infection and all. We just they sort of went over there. We haven't had much contact since that happened.
So before curing anybody, they just shoved them all in a ghetto and blew up the cave.
That's the gist of it. Now you got to remember, we've only just resettled this place.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, how long
It's-
have you just resettled it?
It's probably been 10 years since the place has been resettled, but for them that's not a big time, right? Yeah. She'll say, as I understand it, then I wasn't here, to be honest with you, but as I understand it, they didn't want to be cured.
All right.
I think we should go find Topsy and Turvy.
Yeah. Well, there's also the guy with the speaking stones. What was his name, Matt?
Garnick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Garnick.
Garlic.
We are renaming everyone after food from here on out.
All right, you all find yourselves outside Diggermatic Hall, where you've just met Dorbo and Senny, who've requested your services in a couple of different matters as a means to gain their trust, which they will require to give you their guarded information about paths to the surface. So, what would you all like to do?
I want to talk to the speaking stone guy.
Okay. All right.
Might as well load up on side quests in case we run into one on the way.
Eventually, someone will trust us.
All right.
Have you seen clocks?
Hey, I mean, if we have to leave clocks behind, them's the digs.
I'll take all the loot with me. I'm fine with that.
I wonder if your bag of holding could fit inside of my bag of holding.
Rolling to find out.
All right. You all. They will give you directions to another area, sort of to the north of where you are now, and off to the side of the residential area you sort of meandered through previously, and you come into what is this circle of stone menhirs, like sort of obelisks, ancient stones that are in this sort of small circular cavern. And right away, you look around and you realize these things are clearly ancient, and are sort of here in this more reserved and conservative-looking gnome is deep in meditation and thought, sort of sitting near the stones. As you all approach the area, he sort of raises his head and looks up and says, "Well, hello, travelers. I don't believe I've seen you all here before. What can I do for you? I'm Gurnik Tapfinger, and I am charged with the religious folk here in town who come here to commune with these ancient artifacts of a time before Blingdenstone was even here."
We've come for your side quests.
Give us the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
He says, I see I assume you've been speaking with the Diggermatexes. They've sent you here with information, I take it? He says, well, good. I certainly have an issue here I've not been able to overcome myself or with any of my trusty followers. You see, there is a older part of the city, which is we have closed it off for security purposes, and it is rich and deep with ancient magic, predating the last time that we took this place back over following the Drow invasion. We call it the Rock Blight, and there is a very holy site at the middle of this, which I fear the guardians of that place have been displaced, and it is I worry it has been perhaps corrupted. Would you be willing to investigate this for me?
What's in it for us?
As well, the trust and the knowledge that you seek to be an ally to Blingdenstone can be a very valuable thing for many people.
So what is that for us?
Dorvo said that if this guy vouched for us, he might be able to take us to the surface.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure, why not?
We let the 8-year-old speak for us, so we're in.
He says, enthusiastic lot, I see. Great, good. He says, well, let me give you this. And he hands you a ruby about the size of a palm of your hand, but it's kind of glowing with magical energy. And he says,
whose hand?
What's that?
The size of whose hand? Now, if it's like my hand, it's like, okay. But like Mornhelm's big, like, meat paw, right. Then it's like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, it fits pretty comfortably in Mornhelm's hand there.
Okay.
But it kind of glows with this magical energy, and he says, this is, if you are not familiar with our ways, what we call a spell gem. And I have imbued it with the Hallow spell. If you take this to the Rock Blight and place it in there, it should have the power to cleanse this area and return its guardians to its natural state, and that would be a great assistance to us, those of the faith, who seek the answers to the deeper mysteries of the power of this place.
Specifically, what do we need to do with it?
He says, well, you will place this in something we refer to as the steadfast stone. If you place that in there, the magic of the crystal, the magic of the ruby will do the rest.
Is the steadfast stone happy to see it? Who else is not happy to see it?
Well, I am concerned. While I have not been this far yet, it is dangerous. I am concerned that there may be an evil presence sort of brooding on this area and using its power to twist and perhaps use our powers of summoning our earth elementals to its advantage.
So, lots of walk and rock.
He says, that is a safe assumption. This area has been shut off for some time, and we do not know who or what is in there. Since we've returned, no one has been brave enough to enter this area. But I remember a time before where we used this area for great good, and I fear without it, we are not perhaps able to properly defend this place from any kind of invading force or other people or beings who may seek to do us harm.
All right, we're gonna take the ruby, put it in the stone thing, end the rock blight curse.
Yes, this would be a great benefit to the people of Blingdenstone, and you will have my trust and my respect if you are able to
survive.
Yes, well, survival would be one of your goals, I would assume.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds easy.
Yeah, put the rock in the thing.
Put the lime in the coconut.
Don't get in the thing.
Says, do I have your commitment then to undertake this task?
It sounds like a job for our friend, the cube.
Oh, you mean me?
You could take it right in there.
You want me to go in there? Well, I mean, I'm happy to go, but I'm not as strong as y'all, and I mean, they don't trust me already.
Oh, I think you're muted, Nick.
Yep.
Oh. It'd be a great way for you to trust us, or for them to trust you. If
you'd be a hero.
Wow. Glabagul, the hero of Blingdenstone. I like it.
Oh, I like that too.
So we give him the ruby and we go our own way?
We get deck chairs and margaritas and watch.
I don't know that we necessarily want to send him in alone if there might be other things.
So tell me, what happens to the ruby after it does its thing?
Oh, well, once the spell is discharged, it will just disintegrate. The power will be used up, and part of the minerals and the earth and the power of the gem is all sort of consumed as the spell is cast.
Dang.
So you said we'd earned
says,
your trust by completing this task, but monetarily,
we have costs too.
right? We have upkeep.
Yeah. A lot of overhead.
He says, I understand you're business-minded individuals, and I can see that has served you well. I will say, within the Rock Blight, if you value gems, and specifically ones ready to become spell gems, it is there are quite a few known to be in there, and this was one of our main areas where we would harvest these. If you are so kind as to bring them back, I will show you how to imbue the powers into spell gems.
What kind of powers?
Well, there are many things that can do. You essentially can store a spell within a spell gem, and it can even allow you to cast spells which normally you would not be able to, given your class and level restrictions.
Nice.
All right, this sounds worth our time.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just want to start knocking this one off the list, or do you want to cure society's ills and go talk to the rat people?
Or just go back to the inn and jam for a while.
Oh, we did say we were going to have a fun night with Tappy.
Oh, we did. Well, how about we start tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right.
There's hot water to cool.
Talk about it. We'll flip a coin.
Blow something up here or blow something up there. I don't care.
But after we have some shots.
Shots.
All right. To the foaming mug, then.
Back there.
To the foaming mug.
We get the ruby.
You got the ruby.
All right.
He says, please, thank you for undertaking this. It is truly only the bravest of souls would undergo this, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate your willingness to see to these troubles. And he says, I bid you good luck, and if you have any questions, I will be here to answer them before you make this journey. I should also mention, I will have a individual reward for each of you, should you happen to complete this successfully. I am a spellcaster of some repute, especially once the powers of the temple have been restored. Please do come see me if this is something you were able to complete successfully.
Can you cure?
Yeah, can you hear half the free?
He says, that is not something within my power.
All right. You might want to get to work on that.
Yeah.
He says, but perhaps once the power of the temple has been cleansed, perhaps that's something I can investigate further with the help of the spell gems.
Very nice.
2 birds with one stone. Or bats. We are in the Underdark. 2 bats with one stone.
Yeah.
2 bats with 1 mushroom.
There you go.
All right. And if I understand correctly, you all make your way back to the foaming mug.
Yeah, we do.
Bringing the party.
It's
Jim
showtime.
Jim Jar says, look at that, you guys. Winning friends, influencing people. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
Who
As you
would have
said,
guessed? Who would have guessed we're just a bunch of ex-cons? They're not supposed to pick us up on the road, you know what I mean?
That is a good one.
He says, but I bet you this is going to work out just fine.
Oh, it always has.
And you all make your way back to the foaming mug, and good to Tappy's word, there are a few of the a few of the more lively folks who have finished their shifts at the mine or in the trading posts and the food truck have made their way in there, and there's maybe 10 to 15 gnomish folks sort of sitting around some of the smaller tables there in the corner. And she says, "Hey, welcome back! Look, these are the ones I was telling you about. Look at them. They got a goblin. They got strongmen. They got oddities. Look at these guys. They're great. I was just telling you about them. Hey, tell them those stories you guys were telling me."
Oh yeah. Who would love to tell a story?
Selkie will tell the story about fighting the giant fungus.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's good. I'll conjure I'll just conjure various instruments as needed, and just kind of play in the background and just kind of accompany the storytelling.
All right. Yeah. Like a warm-up number here.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, just a little. Yeah, telling stories. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You guys go ahead and make a performance check as Tappy sort of smiles ear to ear, and a few of the gnomes lean in from around the table.
18.
All right. Yeah, I got a 14.
All right. It goes off really. 17.
Yep.
All right. It goes off really well. You tell the story of how you defeated Yesterbrod, and slashed him to bits in the Garden of Welcome, and they're all Tappy's like, "Oh wow, it was like a cut and then a slice and then she's like jumping around on the bar stools, and then and then Mornelm, what'd you do? Did you kick him or smash him?"
Yes.
Both.
He says, "Oh wow, that's that. You guys are real heroes, adventurers. You just helped those people out because they needed it. Wow, a lot of people would have just left."
Yeah. Tappy, a ghost story.
Yeah. And now, Tappy, I think it should be your time. Come on up. Can I get her either up on the bar? I think she's probably be highest up there, right?
Yeah. She stands on the people-sized bar. She'll say, okay, hold on.
He'll take over bartending for her.
Right, yeah. So she reaches down and she goes to grab her little gnomish cup of wine, and she looks at it, she sets it down, and then she grabs a people glass the size of a big cup.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fill it up for her.
Drinks it back. She says, okay, stop me if you heard this one, guys. I heard a rumor that there was once a drow who came here, and she sought to dominate this place. And she was here in the times when our people left, when Belwar took the people out of this place, when he led away the refugees and the drow occupied it. But I hear it was too haunted and too evil for them after the battles. And she and it scared off many of the drow, but not this one, not Nahira. She stayed, and some say to this day she still haunts parts of the Rock Blight, and you can find her in there, lurking about in any corner. So stay clear of that place. You guys will all be safe, and we can come in here and have fun times just like this. But beware of Nahira the Drow.
What does she do?
Oh, nobody knows. She disappeared into the Rock Blight, and it's been poisoned and sullied for years and years.
Wow, I feel like there's more stories to this. What happened exactly? What is she doing now? What do you think?
Oh, who knows? The drow are as evil as they come. Greedy people. And she takes another big swig of her wine, and she says, "Well, if they were here right now, I bet you Dak would just kick them right in their stupid drow face. Ha ha ha." And she drinks back the big cup of wine.
I'm gonna fill it back up for her.
And then
keep it coming.
Clocks tips his hat, and he casts mold earth.
Oh.
And so all of a sudden, as she's telling the story, he's collecting maybe dirt and grime and just loose material on the floor, and he's just slowly shapes it into this drow being, kind of like a shape of a drow being.
Cool.
That creeps up, and like right as she says that about Dak, it like taps Dak on the shoulder.
Oh yeah.
All right, then what does it do?
And then it rears itself up with a big blade as it's going to slash and come down at you.
I will punch it.
And I say, Dak, watch out!
Where are you gonna punch it?
And Tappy's like drinking and smiling. She looks over and she goes, and like drops the cup. She's right behind you.
I punch it right in the stomach.
Yeah, you smash this clock. Something. This is like a sort of illusion type of thing. Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just loose dirt.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Integrate into dirt onto Dak.
Yeah, and then but there's like a big beam of light that comes out, kind of like in colorful ways, just to be amusing.
Yeah. As soon as you like make contact with it, it all just like shatters and then falls apart in the dust on the floor.
Everybody's favorite companion.
Great job, Dak.
Whenever Clock seems distracted, I'm just gonna put little bits of dirt on his hat. Just a little bit at a time till his hat's just filthy.
You're like,
It's a nice, shiny, filthy hat.
Nice. Maybe after a long rest, he can cast the mending spell.
She says, "Wow, this is great!" And all the other gnomes are like standing up on their chairs and like laughing and having a good time and telling their own little stories about when they fled Blingdenstone and then on their journey back and all these things, and merriment is had all around. Is there anything else specific y'all want to talk to them about or ask about?
I think this is a great opportunity. I kind of like this like little everybody gets up and tells their story. So I think if we can, we should lead it into different things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's most of the stories about? I mean, more ghosts. What about the Blightstones? Maybe other people's experiences.
Were-rats.
Yeah, these were-rats. Yeah. I'd like to go around the room and who's got something about this? Who's got a story? I hear about this particular topic.
Yeah,
Insert
sure.
there, and I'll bring them up and do the same thing and play a little music. Just make it really fun and get that wine going, Selkie, and yeah.
I want there to be like maybe like 3 of the gnomes are sort of like over sort of over in the corner, and they're like the really old ones, you know what I mean? But they're in their cups a little bit, and it becomes like the barbershop scene from Coming to America.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah, totally.
And they're just like wisecracking jokes, and like Zock's got like the rim shot ready to go.
Yeah. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Yeah, I want to just basically just wring them out of everything that they know.
You'll hear sort of similar to the Digger Maddoxes. There's people who are supportive of Clan Goldwhisker and the Rare Rats, and there's others who are sort of representative of Dorbo's position, where like, we just can't take any risks. We can't. There's no way we can just let them amongst us. We've only just got this place back. We have to be extra cautious. And then other people but these were gnomes once too, and they didn't ask for this, and we got to make them part of the community. And so they'll sort of debate back and forth, and then Tappy will jump up on the bar. She says, I've told y'all before, there's no politics in here. No politics in my bar. No politics, no religion. It's only rules I got. Besides that, we all have a great time. And she just slams back another shot of wine.
Absolutely gonna fill it back up again.
Yep. And she's sort of starting to sway a little bit, and like she was standing up on the bar, and she's like, "Oh boy, maybe I better just sit down here and have the rest of this conversation." You'll hear them tell. A lot of them just have stories of their fleeing the Underdark from the Drow. Maybe 100 years ago or so, and how Belwar led them out to safety.
Yeah,
Surface?
Yeah. And a couple of them will be like, yeah, we haven't, it's been a few hundred years now. I don't know what happened to old Belwar. Maybe one day we'll see him again. And a few other ones will just tell just start complaining about their spouses or their jobs and stuff like that. Everybody's complaining about the mines. My back is so sore. And then somebody's like, oh my gosh, my husband, blah 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 blah, this and that, rock blight, blah 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 blah. I just had to get out of the house. There's a lot of that going on. You know what I mean? As they sort of start to get drunk. That's kind of how it goes down. Was there anything else you wanted to steer them towards?
Do any of the other ones have stories about the ghosts near the drow?
A few of them will say like, well, there's ghosts kind of all over here. We don't really have too many problems with them in the main areas and stuff, but every now and then, if you're one of the more deserted mines or caverns, one of them will sort of pop in. But we just tell them, hey, listen, get out of here. I'm sorry about your troubles, but they're just kind of part of the culture here.
And what about ways to the surface?
They're all, as soon as you start asking that, they all sort of clam up and say like, oh, we don't like to give that out. Listen, we like you guys, but this is how we make our livelihood. This is how this place operates. And we've seen generations of our people slaughtered for letting the wrong people the wrong information.
Mm-hmm.
I am 100% open to being tossed in a sack and taken to the surface. I'm just going
Yeah, throw the hoods over our heads and take us up there.
Yeah.
We're fine with that.
Just check us to the curb when you get there.
Well, and I mean, again, to be fair, like you all know, of a route the Myconids could sort of, if you wanted to try to reconnect with the Myconids, there's another route they could perhaps take you to without having to take the risks of going to these places and gaining the gnomes' trust.
Oh, for some reason I thought they hadn't known a way to the surface.
No, he gave us two options.
Oh.
Said go to Blingdenstone or they know of a way.
Oh. We just thought we'd have a better chance in Blingdenstone.
Yeah, I didn't. At no point did I believe them. They were telling us the truth.
They just wanted free bodyguards.
Not unreasonable to think that. Now, and I mean, they did. There's no doubt about it. As far as in the Underdark, the gnomes are the most knowledgeable about this stuff, but they know that also, right? And they know that this is kind of the thing that's their lifeline, keeps this place thriving, right? Is being able to get in and out of the Underdark safely, where lots of other folks can't do that. And it takes them hundreds of years to figure it out, right?
So, what direction do we go? Let's want to go put this ruby in the stone.
To put the ruby in the hole and shake it all around.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that sounds great. And especially these spell stones, these spell gems.
Yeah.
That sounds really appealing.
Andy said he'd have extra treats for each of us.
Yeah.
And Tappy will say like, well, don't be in so much of a rush. Let me at least serve you up a meal here. Maybe a rest for the night. What do you think?
Oh, definitely that.
Yeah.
She's okay. I got something special for you guys. And she'll kind of like go back behind the counter and sort of start bringing out the evening meal. And she's like, oh, it's the finest mushroom rations we could find anywhere. Here you go. I got them prepped up just for you guys. Real exotic. I mean, usually it would be, usually we'd have a goat or, something down here, something like that. But I had something a little more exotic for you all. I really thought of you.
Zod just sits down and digs
in. She
in.
brings out this huge bowl of mushroom soup, and she's stumbling and drunk and just barely put onto the table. Or she can sit there. And she's like, "Whoa,
Tappy, eat with us. Come on. You gotta get some food in that stomach."
She said, yeah, maybe you're right. And she'll take a little small gnomish bowl, a little bit of soup, and she's talking, and she'll eat 3 bites of it, and then she forgets about it, and she's over there drinking the wine again.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Well, I guess when things settle down, I think it might be time to retire. Yeah. I think everybody's doing pretty good though, right? Nobody's needing to heal up. All right. Cool.
I think that as a player, I'd like to give Zakram inspiration.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank
For
you.
playing.
Earned it. Yep.
Oh,
Very nice.
you. I will gladly take that.
Yeah, and you all can bathe and spend the night in the foaming mug.
Yeah.
Hot water.
You'll
Yeah.
as you
Springs and
guys get ready to settle down for the night. You find Tappy sort of passed out on the floor behind the bar.
Oh. I'm gonna carry her up to her room.
All right, yeah.
Tuck her in.
she's got a little cot like back around the corner behind the bar where you think she sleeps back there.
And I'll lock up the tavern for her.
There you go. Yep. You see out the old guys are like the last ones to leave, and they're like they got their like gnomish little canes that are gnarled, and they're sort of like leaning on each other as they go out the door, and then they close it behind them, and they go, "Hey, we need another bar in this town. This is bullshit."
proper.
All right, and you all spend a restful and uneventful night in the foaming mug.
Awesome.
All right. You all wake up the next day, and I will assume you are going to want to head right toward the rock blight. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
After breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And not praying.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys go down there, and Tappy's already up, and she's doing her proper duties. You know what I mean? She's got some something. She's warmed up some of the stew from the night before, and got some fresh baked bread like ready to go. But she's a little green around the gills, and she's like, every time I get to the. I get to the big cups. I gotta get those big cups out of here.
Selkie's gonna pour her a gnome-sized glass of wine and be like, "Hair the dog that bit you."
She says, "Oh, what would I do without you, Selkie? Last thing I remember, the place was packed and it was partying and music, and then I wake up in bed. Oh man, I gotta be more careful."
Oh.
All right, and you guys will be fed and well rested and well cleaned for the first time in probably a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Out
that
of here,
must be
so
nice.
You're all looking your best and feeling your best as you make your way down toward the southeastern part of Blingdenstone, where you've been directed. And you sort of make your way into where they directed you to. Kind of the first part of the caverns is sort of this bit of abandoned residences. You can tell that folks used to live here at some point. This is what they mean about they have whole parts of the city that they just they can't use anymore, that are sort of off limits or not safe. And as you kind of enter here, every step echoes against the walls beyond your circle of light. The air is cold and damp, and you can hear a waterfall somewhere in the blackness, along with the faint echoes of battle.
Oh.
Oh.
Does it sound like a ghostly battle, or does it sound like an actual battle?
Roll perception.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely it just feels definitely like on the ghostly side, right?
Ooh.
It's just this place has seen some horrors, and it's an immediate contrast to like the bright and lively parts of the city that you went through. Like there's no warmth or joy. Everything's darkness, and you can tell that there's hacked and burned some of these residences. There's just this particular part of the city has seen horrors and has not been brought back up.
Nice.
Yes. But as you kind of keep going through, there's just beyond the vision of the edges of your vision, there's always just this faint echoes of battle kind of in all places that sort of persist as you walk through. Then you all sort of round the corner, headed deeper into the residential area, and then all of a sudden a ghost appears from inside one of the residences, and just flies right up to you and just says, they're coming, everybody hide. And then he's going to take off, fleeing away from you all. Would you like to pursue him?
No.
No.
But maybe think about hiding.
Maybe see what's coming. Yeah. What, you wanna perhaps hide?
He does head off sort of in the direction of where you heard that waterfall from earlier.
Can I climb up onto the roof to see if I can get a better vantage point?
Yeah, sure. You climb on up there, and you can definitely see kind of this pool and waterfall in the background. There's this stream of water pours into like 100-foot diameter and pool that's sort of down at the southeastern part of the cavern. And as you kind of peer a little bit beyond it, sort of past it and beyond it, it looks like there's a couple of staircases that climb up.
Oh. Do I notice anyone that anyone anyone who has a body that?
No. You don't see it. You don't see anybody else.
Yeah. Okay.
You do kind of? I guess you do see the ghosts sort of fly off and disappear into kind of a specific area over there by the pool, so you could identify that spot if you wanted to go there.
Okay. And the stairs go towards where we're trying to go to, or is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep. It sort of leads you
I will
deeper
point
in.
it out.
Let's go investigate.
All right.
Let's do.
You guys go past the area where the ghost ran off to and come to a next room, and a shallow, swiftly flowing stream bisects this cave. Crystalline formations sprout from the floor on both sides of the stream, and rough-hewn staircases climb 30 feet to a barren stone ledge with a pair of winged statues perched atop it.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, investigate these crystalline things in the.
Yeah, these are so like this is sort of a feature of Blingdenstone. Like everything, like crystals just grow here.
Oh, okay.
Right? Gems and
Gotcha.
stones. There's just it's this where it might have been a stalactite in other parts of the Underdark. Like this is just columns of crystal.
Nice. All right, cool.
And
we don't see anything of worth, do we? Though.
Nope. And as you all sort of peer around the area and investigate, I'd like you all to roll perception for me, please.
Nope.
15.
Dirty 20.
5.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a rock.
All right. As you guys sort of are focused on these crystals and looking around, Selkie and Dak, it catches your just out of the corner of your eye. You all look up, and the winged statues that were at the top of the perch, all of a sudden they shift and move, and they turn their heads and look at you with red glowing eyes. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.